a new world order.
We needed a new world order.
On my orders.
We live in a new world now.
I am your president of law and order. With this strategy, we are calling for a great reawakening of America, a resurgence of confidence, and a rebirth of patriotism, prosperity, and pride.
There is a great awakening going on around the country, particularly among younger people.
We are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. And we've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it.
And I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
You know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not. How we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
And I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Look, we're going to have a very interesting transition period.
And I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
The numbers are going to be very good into the future. We're going to be very strong, starting with our transition period. And next year is going to be an incredible economic year for this country. Next year will be one of the greatest years in the history of our country. It's heading that way. You see it.
And I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
I know you like me, and this room is a love fest, I know that. But you have no choice but to vote for me, because your 401ks, down the tubes, everything's gonna be down the tubes. So whether you love me or hate me, you gotta vote for me.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
It will be a totally different country, and ultimately it will fail. It will fail. It can't work. Economically, it can't work. We'll go into a depression, and I'm very good at predicting these things. We will go into a depression.
Who would have thought that with Back to the Future 2, you essentially predicted the situation we're in right now with Biff and Donald Trump.
Biff would run for president.
Same way. At no time before has there been a clearer choice between two parties, two visions, two philosophies, or two agendas for the future than these two parties. You got law and order on one side and you have chaos on the other.
You see, there is no time. There's just no time. I don't mean we're late, there's no time. I mean there is no time. After all, when is it? Do you know?
I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
If you give people enough information, they can put it together in all kinds of different ways and believe anything they want.
Wake me up when September ends.
We're going to be stronger than we were when we were riding high.
I think Trump, you're going to fall into the rabbit hole of trying to just be so obsessed about Clintons and so obsessed about going after them.
You don't put your own program.
You don't think about your own campaign.
Mike? Donald. Mr. Trump here wrote The Art of the Deal. Then he wrote a new bestseller, The Art of the Comeback.
2 books.
Wow.
I am very proud to announce today that we have reached a deal. When I spoke at this forum 2 years ago, I told you that we had launched the Great American Comeback.
Trump here wrote The Art of the Deal.
We're going to make a great trade deal. And if we can't, we're going to do it. We're going to go a separate way.
Then he wrote a new bestseller, The Art of the Comeback.
And this time, the greatest comeback in American history. Today is probably, if you think of it, the greatest comeback in American history. But it's not going to stop here.
Okay, kids, make it fast. I've got a plane to catch.
We've created a magazine. Mr. Trump, we give you
Scotty.
These people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged.
Mr. Fox, Matthew McConaughey recently said that all celebrities should come and unite around President Trump.
This when Biff became president. That's all I said.
I can't believe they put us in jail. It's not a jail. It's a re-education center.
Well, where do you think we are?
Then none of this would have ever happened. Well, we're not the only ones to be unjustly imprisoned. Check out all the left-wing celebrities.
Bill Clinton, what are you doing here?
I call the Republican tax cuts unwise.
You traitors, pipe down. You're all here because you hate freedom.
I'm the only thing standing between the American dream and total anarchy, madness, and chaos. And that's what it is. I'm representing you. I'm just here. I'm representing you. I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm representing you. You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. And we shouldn't say this is some kind of a rally. From now on, it's called a protest. We are protesting. We're going to have a victory on November 3rd, the likes of which you've never seen.